I'm about to tell you something that's going to sound mean, but stick with me. Right now, there's someone in your life who thinks you're weak. They think you're easy. They think they can ask you for anything, and you'll just do it. And the really messed up part? They're right. Not because you are weak, but because you keep proving them right every single day. Now here's the good news. You can change this in less than 24 hours. One conversation, one moment, one word, and that person will never look at you the same way again. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And fair warning, some people are going to get upset with you, but that's how you'll know it's working. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, I need you to understand something. There are two types of people in this world, givers and takers. You're probably a giver. You help people. You do favors. You show up when someone needs you. Nothing wrong with that. The world needs givers. But here's the problem. Takers can smell givers from a mile away. It's like they have a special radar or something. They find you, they test you, and once they know you're a giver, they never leave you alone. You know that person who always needs a ride? That's a taker who found a giver. You know that friend who only calls when they need something? Taker who found a giver. You know that coworker who keeps dumping their work on you? Yep, taker who found a giver. And the thing is, these people aren't always bad. Most of them don't even realize what they're doing. They just know that you always say yes, so why would they stop asking? It's like if you found a store that gave away free pizza every day. Would you stop going? Of course not. You'd go every single day until they stopped giving you free pizza. That's what you are, to these people, a free pizza shop, and it's time to close down. So how do you do it? How do you stop people from taking advantage of you without being rude or mean or turning into a terrible person? Simple. You use one powerful word, and you don't explain yourself after you say it. That word is no. I know. You're thinking, that's it? Just say no? That's the big secret? Yes. But there's a trick to it, and if you don't do it the right way, it won't work. Let me explain. Most people, when they say no, they immediately start explaining. They give reasons, they apologize, they make excuses. Hey, can you help me move this weekend? Oh, I can't. I'm so sorry. I have this thing, and my back has been hurting, and I really wish I could help, but I just can't this time. Maybe next time, though, I'm really sorry. You know what the other person hears? They hear, if I push a little harder, they'll probably say yes. Because all those explanations sound like you're asking for permission, like you're hoping they'll accept your excuse. Here's what you should say instead. Hey, can you help me move this weekend? No, I can't do that. That's it. Period. End of sentence. No explanation, no apology, no maybe next time. Just no. Now, this is going to feel super uncomfortable the first time you do it. Your brain is going to scream at you. It's going to say, they're going to think you're rude. They're going to think you're mean. You need to explain yourself. Ignore that voice. That voice is why people keep using you. The truth is, you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you spend your time. Your time is yours. You get to decide what you do with it. When you explain yourself, you're basically saying, here are my reasons. Please tell me if they're good enough. When you don't explain yourself, you're saying, I've made my decision, and that's final. Big difference. Now, here's what's going to happen after you say no without explaining. The other person is going to push back. They're going to test you. They might say, come on, it'll only take a couple hours. Or, I really need your help though. Or, I thought we were friends. This is the moment. This is where most people break. They feel the pressure, they feel the guilt, and they cave. Don't cave. Just repeat yourself. No, I can't do that. Or even simpler, I already said no. Don't argue. Don't defend yourself. Don't get emotional. Just stay calm and repeat your answer. You know what happens when you do this? The other person realizes you're serious. They realize the free pizza shop is closed, and they move on. They might be annoyed, they might be confused, they might even be a little mad, but they'll move on, and they'll think twice before asking you for something next time. Let me tell you a quick story. I had this neighbor, right? Nice lady, but every single week she'd ask me to watch her dog. Every week. At first I said yes because I like dogs, but then it became every weekend, and she'd drop the dog off Friday night and pick him up Sunday evening. Basically a whole weekend gone. I wanted to say no, but I felt bad. She'd always say things like, you're the only one I trust with him, or I don't know what I'd do without you. Classic guilt trip. And it worked. For months. Then one Friday, she texted me asking if I could watch her dog that weekend, and I just replied, no, I can't. She called me 2 minutes later. She was like, is everything okay? Did something happen? I said, no, everything's fine. I just can't watch your dog this weekend. She got quiet. Then she said, oh, okay, I guess I'll figure something else out. And you know what? She did figure something else out. She called a dog boarding place. Problem solved. The next week, she didn't even ask me. She just boarded the dog again. And now we still say hi when we see each other, but she doesn't expect me to be her free dog sitter anymore. That's the power of saying no. Just once, just one time, everything changed. Now let me teach you the second part of this, because saying no is important, but there's something else you need to do. You need to stop feeling guilty. Guilt is the weapon people use to control givers. They might not even do it on purpose, but it works every time. When you say no, you feel guilty. That guilt makes you uncomfortable. And to stop feeling uncomfortable, you change your no to a yes. But here's what you need to understand. Feeling guilty for saying no is like feeling guilty for eating when you're hungry. It makes no sense. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to put yourself first sometimes. And the people who truly care about you will understand that. The people who get mad at you for saying no, those people only care about what you can do for them. Let them be mad, seriously. Let them sit there and be upset. Their feelings are not your responsibility. I know that sounds harsh, but think about it. When they ask you for favors, are they worried about your feelings? Are they thinking about your time? Are they considering what you might be giving up? No, they're thinking about what they need. So why should you feel guilty for thinking about what you need? You shouldn't. And once you stop feeling guilty, everything gets easier. Here's a trick that helped me. Whenever I felt guilty for saying no, I'd ask myself one question. If this person was in my situation, would they say yes? Usually, the answer was no, and that made me feel a lot better about my decision. Because here's the reality. The people who get the most upset when you say no are usually the same people who would say no to you without thinking twice about it. They have no problem putting themselves first. But when you do it, suddenly, you're the bad guy. Don't fall for that. Don't let people make you feel bad for doing exactly what they would do. Okay, third thing. And this one is sneaky because most people don't realize they're doing it. Stop being available all the time. When you're always available, people think your time has no value. They think you're just sitting around waiting for someone to need you. I'm not saying ignore everyone. I'm not saying be rude. I'm saying stop dropping everything the second someone calls your name. Someone texts you, you don't have to answer right away. Wait 10 minutes, wait an hour, answer when you're ready. Someone calls you, if you're in the middle of something, let it go to voicemail. Call them back when you're done. Someone walks up to your desk at work, finish typing your sentence before you look up. Finish your thought. Then give them your attention. These little things might seem small, but they send a big message. They say, I have my own life, my own priorities, my own things going on. And when people see that you value your time, they start valuing it too. I tested this at work. I used to answer emails the second they came in. Day, night, weekend, didn't matter. If someone emailed me, I'd respond right away. Then I realized, why am I doing this? These emails aren't emergencies. They can wait. So, I started waiting. Someone emails me at 8 p.m., I'd read it, then reply the next morning at 9 a.m. You know what happened? People stopped emailing me at 8 p.m. They realized I wasn't going to respond right away, so they just wait until business hours to email me. I trained them, just by changing my behavior. That's what you need to do. Train people how to treat you. Show them that your time matters by acting like it matters. And here's something interesting that happened. Once I started doing this, people actually respected me more at work. They took me more seriously. They valued my input more. Why? Because I showed them I wasn't desperate for their approval. I wasn't sitting around waiting to please them. I had my own work, my own priorities, my own life. Scarcity creates value. When you're always available, you're not scarce. You're everywhere, all the time, for everyone. But when you're selective about your time, when you're not always available, suddenly your time becomes more valuable. People appreciate it more when you do help them because they know you're choosing to help them, not just defaulting to yes. Fourth thing, learn to spot the signs that someone is using you. Because here's the thing, some people are really good at hiding it. They act like they care. They act like they're your friend. But really, they're just using you. So, how do you tell the difference between a real friend and someone who's using you? Ask yourself these questions. Does this person only contact me when they need something? If they only call you when they need a favor, that's not a friend, that's a user. Think about the last 5 times this person reached out to you. Were they asking for something every single time? Or did they just want to hang out, just want to talk, just want to spend time with you? If it's always tied to a favor, that's a red flag. When I talk about my problems, do they actually listen? Or do they just wait for their turn to talk? If they don't care about your life, they don't care about you. Real friends ask how you're doing. Real friends remember things you told them. Real friends check in on you when you're going through something hard. Users, they don't care about any of that. They only care about what you can do for them. Do they ever do things for me without me asking? Friendship goes both ways. If you're always giving and they're always taking, that's not friendship. Have they ever offered to help you with something? Have they ever gone out of their way for you? Have they ever sacrificed their time or energy for you? If the answer is no, or if you really have to think hard to come up with an example, that's a problem. When I say no, do they get mad or guilt trip me? Real friends understand boundaries. Users get mad when you set boundaries. This is the biggest one. This is the clearest sign that someone is using you. If someone respects you, they'll respect your no. They might be disappointed, but they'll understand. They'll say okay and figure something else out. But if someone tries to make you feel bad for saying no, if they guilt trip you, if they get angry, if they try to manipulate you into changing your answer, that person doesn't respect you. They just want to use you. If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need to seriously think about that relationship, because you might be getting used. And I'm not saying cut everyone off. I'm not saying end friendships over one bad moment. I'm saying pay attention, notice the patterns, and protect yourself. Because your time, your energy, your help, these things are valuable. Don't waste them on people who don't appreciate them. Fifth thing, and this is the most important one, understand that some people will get mad at you when you change, and that's okay. When you stop being a people pleaser, when you start saying no, when you start having boundaries, some people are not going to like it. They're going to say you've changed. They're going to say you're not the same person anymore. They're going to say you're being selfish. Good, you have changed. You're not the same person who let everyone walk all over them. You're not the same person who said yes to everything, even when it made you miserable. You're better now. You're stronger. You respect yourself. And the people who get mad about that, they're mad because they can't use you anymore. They're mad because the free ride is over. Let them be mad. Their anger is proof that you're doing something right. The people who truly care about you will adjust. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll still be there even when you can't do favors for them. The users will disappear. And honestly, good riddance. Your life will be so much better without people who only want you around when you're useful to them. I remember when I first started setting boundaries, I lost a few people. People I thought were my friends, people I'd known for years. At first, it hurt. I felt like maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe I was being too harsh. But then I looked at what I'd gained. I had more time for myself, more energy for the people who actually cared about me, more peace because I wasn't constantly stressed and overwhelmed. And the people who stayed? My real friends? Our relationships got better, stronger, more honest, because they weren't using me, and I wasn't resenting them. We were just two people who genuinely enjoyed each other's company. That's what real friendship looks like. That's what you deserve. Now, here's your action plan. Here's exactly what you're going to do today. Think of one person in your life who takes advantage of you. Just one. You know who it is. That name just popped into your head. The next time that person asks you for something you don't want to do, you're going to say no. Just no. No explanation, no apology, no maybe next time. Just no. I can't do that. And then you're going to sit with the uncomfortable feeling. You're going to feel guilty. You're going to want to take it back. You're going to want to explain yourself. Don't. Just sit there. Breathe. Let the feeling pass. Because it will pass. I promise you, that guilty feeling goes away. Usually within a few minutes. And once it's gone, you're going to feel something else. You're going to feel proud. You're going to feel strong. You're going to feel free. And you're going to want to do it again. And again. And again. Until saying no becomes natural. Until having boundaries becomes normal. Until putting yourself first becomes easy. That's when you'll know you've made it. That's when you'll realize you're not a doormat anymore. You're a person who deserves respect. And here's what else is going to happen. You're going to notice that the quality of your relationships improves because you're not surrounding yourself with users anymore. You're surrounding yourself with people who actually value you. You're going to have more energy because you're not exhausting yourself doing favors for people who don't appreciate you. You're going to feel happier because you're finally living your life for yourself, not for everyone else. You're going to sleep better at night because you're not lying there feeling resentful and used. All of this happens when you learn to say one simple word, no. So here's my challenge to you. Do this once. Just once. Say no to something this week without explaining yourself. And then come back here and hit that subscribe button because I want to keep teaching you how to stand up for yourself, how to set boundaries, how to stop letting people use you. You deserve better than being someone's backup plan. You deserve better than being the person everyone calls when they need something. You deserve to be valued. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be treated well. And it all starts with one word: no. So go out there, say it, mean it, stick to it, and watch how fast your life changes when you finally start putting yourself first. You've got this. Now go do it.